Welcome back to Death by Dragons. I am back here at the Celestial Forge. This is my 100 subscriber special. So I wanted to get a proper Kings of War celebrity on to play me. But
you picked me instead.
They weren't available. I'd like to welcome Simon. Welcome.
Hello.
So Simon's very kindly agreed to come out and play me today. We are going to play a 2,000 point Kings of War battle. I am bringing my Ratkin for the first time. Advance warning, because I do rag on people a lot for having unfinished models. There are some unfinished models. Oh, that's where I'm really sorry. We're not quite at Visibly Riley levels. I love you, Visibly Riley. You're my hero. But you have bought today... Salamanders.
Also some unfinished bases.
Yeah. Is what it is. So Simon's got every army, pretty much. So it's just like roll a dice and we'll pick one out. So yes, we're going to go for it. So let's take a look at the army lists.
Okay, so here are my rats. This is my first game of this. I've played with this list a bit. I couldn't quite remember how I played it, so let's have a look. So we have a horde of tunnel slaves. We have a horde of shock troops with a brew of sharpness. One horde of blight. One troop of hackpaws. Two hordes of tunnel runners. One of them's got the potion of the caterpillar for Pathfinder. Two weapon teams, both with piercing. A warlock with Bane Chant, Alchemist Curse. A swarm crier with the loot of insatiable darkness for Bane Chant. A night terror, to who I gave the inspiring talisman. So along with the tunnel runners, that makes the tunnel. I put tunnel runners, but it's actually called turbo runners. I put the wrong name. My apologies. But that gives the tunnel runners fury and the night terror rally 1. And a demon spawn with wings. So for a rat list, this is pretty elite. Because I've got quite a few expensive units in there. One thing we talked about actually was I'll probably want to swap the Inspiring Talisman back onto the Warlock. Another thing I've been playing was whether I go with Regiments of Blight as opposed to Hordes or Regiments of Tunnel Slaves, because what this is big blocks, but not very many of them for rats. It's a unit strength 17, which is quite light, and a reasonably low number of drops for rats. So let's see how that plays out. And on to Simon's Salamanders. So his Salamander list is pretty simple. He's got 4 regiments of Salamander Primes, 2 regiments of Ancients, 2 hordes of Tyrants, a horde of Ancients on Rhinosaurs, a Clan Lord who he's mounted and given Banner of the Griffin. So the Clan Lord, along with the Ancients, gets the Formation Inspiration of the Ancients, which gives the Ancients Inspiring and the Clan Lord Rally 1. So along with the banner, that's now Rally 2 on the Clan Lord. And then to finish off, he's got 2 Lekilidons, who are kind of like monster weapon platforms. They've got firebolts with an 18-inch range, but they hit on 3s, which is pretty great. So it's quite a simple list, but what you've got here is a great big line of defense 5. I think the minimum nerve is 16, so with the Clan Lord it goes up to 18, which is pretty scary, as you'll see. So I think Simon ran the roll off for size. We're playing Dominate, which is where you have to get... Is it Dominate? No, we're not playing Dominate. We're playing Invade, where you have to get unit strength 100% over the center line at the end of the game. So let's take a look at the deployment.
Alright, so we have deployed. Simon, could you go through your units for me?
Salamander Primes Regiment.
Yep.
Lechiodon.
Yep.
Ancients.
Just knocked over my demon, carry on.
Tyrants.
Alright.
Salamanders hidden behind the trees.
Just normal Salamanders. Primes, more Primes.
Another Lechiodon.
Yep.
Another Ancient Regiment.
These are inspiring because of the formation.
Yep. And more Primes.
Yep.
More Tyrants.
Yep.
Clan Lord, thanks to the formation of the Inspiration of the Ancients, with the Banner of the Griffin.
These are Rally 2.
So Rally 2. More Primes, and then Ancients on Rhinosaurs.
So there we have a giant 22 unit strength horde of Salamanders. Alright, it's rat deployment. So here we have my unpainted hackpaws. I am so sorry. I feel shame, utter shame, but they are nice conversions. They will be cool. And there's the demon. And then side of the giant house we have Another half-finished unit. These are Blight, and obviously they're so stealthy you can't even see them. That's the principle. And everything else is finished nearly. Slaves at the front there, and behind them you have got a Warlock, a Weapon Team, a Swarm Crier, a Weapon Team, and the Shock Troops behind them. And then we have 2 units of Tunnel Runners with the Night Terror in between. So the ones on the right obviously haven't been rusted and mudded up yet, like these bad boys. But they will be, so they're very shiny. So these are the ones with Pathfinder, because obviously they're so clean. And that is a small rat force facing a giant horde.
Just realised I forgot to show you the battlefield, so very quickly, this is what it looks like. So slightly unusual, but pretty cool. So we have a height 2 hill on the right here. Then we have a height 4 forest in the middle of that deployment area. Then we have 3 height 4 blocking terrain houses. Look at that cool house on the left. I love that. It's massive. But that makes the battlefield quite interesting. So there's 3 height 4 blocking terrain houses. There's a little height 0 field on the right hand side that plays no part in this battle. Then there is a height 1 wall at the top and 1 height wall at the bottom. And there is another height 1 wall over here on the left, which again plays very little relevance to this battle, but it's there. So there you go. That's the battlefield. And we're playing Dominate, so... No, we're not. Fucking hell. I said the second time I've said that. It's Invade. So imagine a line across the middle. You've got to get over the middle with 100% of your unit strength. That's it. So, I roll turn 1. So let's take a look at my turn 1 movement. Okay, so the first thing I do is shoot the hackballs up to their maximum range, which is 18. And then pop the... Whoa, fuck my life. Okay, the first thing I do is shoot the hackballs up the left-hand flank here, and then the demon popped up behind us. It's maximum. They're nimble, so they can go and turn, and then the demon just shoots up behind them and turns as well. So you can't shoot because he's gone so far. In fact, I think I do actually shoot him in the first turn, which is cheating. There you go. Well, we'll see. No, I do that. So, sorry, Simon. We make quite a few mistakes here. We do spot some of them, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But we'll go on. And then the Blight move up, so they are, I think, within charge range of those. Not quite. If he moves, they'll be in charge range because they've moved up to 12. But everything on Simon's force moves 5, so I've got a speed advantage to start off with. The Slave Horde move up as far as they can with the Swarm Crier behind them. And then I realised a slight mistake because I moved my weapon teams up. And of course, the Shock Troops are stuck behind them. Because they only move 6, whereas with their war machines, but where the Shock Troops are stuck behind them. But there you go, that is something that I did, so stupid me. And then the Warlock's in a position there to Lightning Bolt something. I think he unleashes on the Lachilodon, so we'll see that. And then both of the Tunnel Runners move up, faced with that huge horde of infantry, which is slightly worrying, and I pop the Night Terror up around the side. So yeah, just quite an aggressive first move. So obviously I've got a speed advantage, so I'm trying to put the pressure on in the first turn. The plan on the left is obviously to, they can charge the hackpaws all day, but the demon can then pop behind his troops and threaten all the way down his line. So that's the idea of putting him there. So let's see how that plays out.
Okay. All right, so my turn 1 movement's done. Let's do, I've not got a lot of shooting, so let's do, the demon is going to lightning bolt the Lachilodon on 4s because there's no cover. 4s and 3s. 3. 2 wounds. Look at that weirdly prepared tray. And the Warlock is going to lightning bolt this Lachilodon with cover, so 5s and 3s. 1. Nope, he's fine. So let's do the nerve on the other guy. He's 11, 13. What's that? 7, 8, 9. He's fine. All right, that's the end of my turn 1. Back to you.
Okay, so before I talk about Simon's turn, we need to go back over a few things because there were so many mistakes. We made so many mistakes in that first turn. It's just because we were both playing lists that we weren't that familiar with, I think. So actually, before we filmed that, we filmed a whole another first turn where I'd shot exactly how I did before, but we had the Lachilodon's defense at 5, which is not right. So we said, okay, we'll re-roll it and refilm it. And actually I did worse, which is a lesson for me really. So the Lechilodon on the right was wavered at the first time through a lucky nerve roll, but obviously nothing this time. So here you go, lesson for me there. We should just take the damage even if it was on a higher defense. And then on this turn, so we'll talk about what happens, but I had my Hackpaw's defense at 4 when it's actually 3. So basically, and then we had the whole thing where obviously my Dragon Light, Demon Spawn, lightning bolted when he'd already moved too far to lightning bolt. So lots of cock-ups there. Just trying to cover them all up, cover them all off rather. You know, it's a friendly game and we're both learning, so it was fine. But there you go, bad times. So on the left, his primes went into the Hackpaws. And then he manoeuvred around the back. So he's got his Lechilodon there to shoot, which is fine. And this unit of Ancients, I think they're Ancients? Yeah. Turned just to kind of protect a little bit. Now, he was perfectly conscious that the demon could just fly over the top. So he turned these ones as well. I think he probably could have turned them a little bit more, but he wanted to keep them... yeah, that's right. Because by turning them, essentially what he's done is... he wanted to keep the Blight in the front because the Blight are within 12. Because I've moved up 12 and he's just turning on the spot and not moving. If he turned them fully 90, they would be chargeable in the flank. So he's turned them so they are just still in the front. And then these primes moved forward into the woods, and the Lechilodon moved across to offer some fire support. So that if the demon does fly over the top, which spoiler warning, of course he will. He can at least shoot him without having to take a modifier. And then everything else, all these other infantry troops, rather than move them forward into the charge range of whatever, he just kind of shuffled this arrow trying to show that he shuffled them all together. So they're really tight ranks, so there's no gaps between them. And then the Warlord kind of went along the back just to give his rallying to as far a range as possible. Yeah, so that was Simon's turn 2. Let's take a look at it.
Alright, let's turn my movement, Simon.
So, Salamander is going to shoot, sorry, Lechilodon is going to shoot at your giant rat.
Okay, okay.
Cover, so he falls to hit. Sure.
What?
Piercing, so 4s. Sure.
4, Jesus. 4 wounds?
4 wounds.
Fine, not even bothered. Not even bothered.
Of course
I'm
not.
a little bit bothered.
Lovely Northern King's dice, thank you, Northern Kings. Nerve test.
That's fine. Jesus. Alright, on to turn 2. We forgot something.
No, we didn't. Right, no. Falls to hit. See, there you go.
That's what I like
it up. Sorry, that was a miss. See,
Two hits.
Crushing 1.
Defense 4. 1 wound. 1 wound, and they are. This is terrible. It's going to be one of those games, isn't it?
Yeah.
They are a 10-12. So one wound. And they're okay.
Nope.
Perfect. Alright, have we finished the turn now? Are we sure?
Yep.
Alright then.
Okay, so my turn 2. So the Hackpaws on the left went back into the primes, and then the demon kind of shot over. So I went forward and then turned and came across. So I could do that keeping an inch away from those Ancients, but gave me a better field of view than just turning and going straight across. The Blight took the charge, took the bait, I suppose, but took the charge into those, whatever they're called, giant. They're basically trolls. The reason being that I could do so without being hindered, and with the bounce back, I'm actually out of the field of view. He slightly mispositioned those primes in the forest, so even if they bounce, which they will, I'm not going to be in their field of view, so I'm not going to get flanked by them next turn, which is good. The slaves just moved up to say, charge me! Charge me! And what I'd normally like to do is to have those shock troops quite close behind them, a couple of inches behind, so they could then countercharge into something and wipe them out. But as you can see, because I put the weapon teams in a kind of a bad place, they're stuck. So I've moved one weapon team across to give a bit more freedom. The other one had to just move as far as it could, and the shock troops behind them. Then across this huge range of defense 5, which is quite scary, the only fast thing is the ancients, which are speed 8. 8? I want to say 8? 7? Anyway. I didn't really want them to take out or to challenge one of my tunnel runners. So I just moved the right-hand tunnel runner back slightly so they're out of charge range. So I can still threaten the entire line, but they can't charge me. So if they move forward, they're going to get charged next turn. And then the Night Terror shoved himself up the side to be annoying down there. Now, this is why having him with an Inspiring Talisman is bad, because now there's no Inspiring on anything. Whereas if I'd had it on the Warlock, I could have run the Warlock with the tunnel runners. So that's something I might change for next time, but that was my turn 2. Let's take a look at how it went.
Right, turn 2, shooting, so not a lot. Demon can't shoot because he moved 20. These guys can't shoot because they can't reach. The Warlock is going to lightning bolt these guys in the forest because it's the only thing he can on 5s. So 4 on 5 and 4. Well, that's just perfect. Nothing. Okay. Everything sucks. Let's do combat in the corner. So I've got 9 attacks from... 9 is it? 8 attacks from the Hack Paws on 4s, and they've been hit once, they haven't got any Thunderous. So 4s and 5s?
Yep.
Right. 8. Here we go. 4s and 5s. That's not bad. I don't know if they're vicious or anything. They are vicious, look at that. 5s with vicious. 1 wound. Taste the pain. And they're a dash a million.
14, 16.
14, 16. Double 12. Oh. That's it. Your turn 2. Right, we're not very competent today. We forgot this small combat of the Blight charged into whatever they're called.
It's because they're stealthy, you can't see them.
Well, I can't see half of them because they're not there. Alright, so this is 30 attacks on 4s. They haven't got any crashing or anything, so 4s and 5s. Okay. 30 is quite a lot, isn't it? Not when you roll like this, it's not a lot. But... Okay, that many hits. And 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. And they are 15, 17?
15, 18.
15, 18. So, double 12 to kill. 11, wavered.
11, 17, wavered.
Wavered. Lovely. It's just what we wanted. So we skip. Oh, oh no. Let's go back an inch. That is a great result. Now, we definitely think that's the end of turn 2.
Alright then, so Simon's turn 2. So, the Ancients, no, Primes over here went back into the Hack Paws. And then the Lycanodon turned around to fire at my Demon. And these Ancients turned around to be there, I suppose, just to kind of anticipate his next move. Then these... Oh, what are they called? God damn it. I forgot what they're called. Anyway, but we forgot they had Fury, so despite the fact they're wavered, they went straight back into the Blight, which is fair enough. And behind them, the other Lycanodon moved up to also fire at the Demon. And then the 2 units of Primes and 1 unit of Ancients triple charged my Slaves, which is frankly overkill, but there you go. Good for them. And then this was a really cool piece of positioning. So you can see the Arc of Fire template on the right-hand side. That's from my Night Terror. So what he wanted to do was to get out of the position whereby anybody could be flanked. So all 3 of these units moved up to exactly the same kind of position ahead. So this is a smart move because the Ancients on Rhinosaurs, the right-hand side, are out of the arc of sight, so you can't see them. He can see the Primes in the middle, but he's in their flank, and the flank is entirely covered by the Ancients, so he can't charge them. and then the other unit of, I can't remember what they're called, large infantry on the left hand side, are off the hill, so can't be seen because it's only height 2. And then you've got your what's he called? This fella, Warlord. The Warlord then kind of pops himself out behind the hill as well. He's also height 2. So basically, the Knight Terror can't see. He can see one of them, can't charge it, and can't see any of the others. So he's basically making my move down the side there completely pointless. So really cool position. I'm really impressed by that, and it was very good. So that was Simon's turn 2. Let's take a look at the rolls.
All right, so turn 2. Shooting for Simon.
Lucky you're done a giant rat.
Yep. 5s because you moved.
4s.
Oh, 4s because you moved. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're too strong. These 3.
And
4s.
4s again.
1.
1.
So to a 5.
Haven't got vicious. No, that would be a shame.
So one finger there.
Other one, same target.
1.
2.
2.
4s again.
None.
Nope, nothing.
5 damage on the rat. So 1 and a 6. 7. He's
Not
fine.
enough. And that's it. Melee.
Combat? Melee. A little bit of a slap fight over here with the world's toughest hack paws. Do you know what? They're defense 3. I told you the defense 4 last time. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, Grant Alexander. Please point it out. Anyway.
Well, we both made some mistakes, never
There
mind.
you go.
4s to hit you. And 2s to hurt, because I'm crushing 1.
All of them?
World's toughest indeed.
See, well, they were tough when they were defense 4, but that was wrong. 7, they were 10, 12. 6 and 7, 11, 13, they're dead. Goodbye, hack paws. You lasted 1 turn than you probably should have done because of cheating. Oh, fuck. Hi. Thank you.
Overrun.
Invade, don't forget. Does you hit the side? Not quite. Alrighty.
Okay, here.
How many we got? 1 million? 12, 17, 15?
18.
18. Within snare?
5s to hit them within 2.
Defense 3?
2s. With vicious.
2s with vicious.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8, and they are currently a dash 21. Dash 21.
So can't do it because
8 wounds.
Yeah.
Go. Okay. And now the slaves, who are particularly unhappy. We have 1 hindered charge and 2 unhindered charges into a defense 2 unit. They're inspired.
primes.
Yep.
4s.
2s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 wounds. Second primes.
Ancient.
Ancients.
3s normally, hindered 4s, which means
Wow, that's a bad roll.
ouch. 2 more.
8
so
wounds.
8. And primes again.
That's better. And 2s. 7
more.
So 8, 7, 15. They are a 20-22 at the minute. So 7s twice. What's that? Double 6?
Double 6.
Again. That's it. Goodbye, slaves. Okay, I'll take them off. I'll take them off in a second. Yeah, that's it for combat, isn't it?
Yep.
Alright then, turn 3. Sorry, I forgot to reform. I've taken the slaves off. Okay.
I'll just do the what I want to do afterwards, yeah. They end up there, that'll probably be a flank as well.
A lot of meat in your army. Can you call lizards meat?
It is meat.
You can turn them, all of them, or you can back up and go forwards as well, yeah. So what's the choice? Some tense thoughts going on now.
That at the moment has you in their flank.
I can't hit them though.
Yeah.
Time passes.
I think you can turn him around, face that one.
We'll come back when he's decided.
Photo at the end.
Okay, so let's go for it. So these guys are overrunning.
Is overrun.
6. That's a huge overrun. Is that way more than you wanted?
Just a little. But it might prove good. So they have to stop there.
Okay. It's definitely next turn is smash time. Look at this line. You've got more to smash than me, which is quite worrying.
See now, I don't know what to do with them. I wanted to turn them.
Shall I come back in a minute?
Yeah, good.
3 hours later, we have decided. Here we go. Overrun. Another 6! Well, they'll be level with the other ones, won't they? How come they... Oh, because no, because right, okay, no.
Yeah.
Right, they've gone fully over. Okay. It's kind of funny. This guy's feeling a little bit nervous. And the last guy's just going to turn. Like I say. Feel it?
That's exactly what I wanted.
Alright, I'm going to get it. So I'll do it on the movement thing.
Yeah.
You carry on. Look at this pensive man. Pensive man.
Okay.
Okay, so after that reasonably indeterminable decision process, we can see there how they ended up in the middle there, which is pretty much how we left it in the video. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. So I was left with some choices, and it was quite a tricky turn. So top left, the Blight countercharged into the Tyrants, who I've now remembered. And then I had a choice with the Demon. I could either go into the Lechilodon, or I could make sure that the Tyrants died. So they already got 6 damage. And I would 30 damage in the front, 30 attacks rather on 4s and 5s. Is not certain. I think they were a dash 18 or something like that. 16, 15, 18, something. So in the end, I decided that the Demon would go in. I think I needed an overrun of a 2 to get out of the charge range of the Ancients. So that's what I did. So the Demon went into the Tyrants rather than into the Lechilodon. Then I had to do a different chain to get to where I wanted to go, which is how the screenshot looks, to do various things. So first, these tunnel runners went into the other Tyrants. So the Tyrants are the ones I'm worried about the most. They hit like a truck. But I needed to make sure that I didn't get flanked next turn by anything. So the intention is that if I go into them, all the shooting units I've got are going to try and take out the primes on the left so I don't get flanked by them. Because if I bounce back an inch, then I'll be in the front of the other primes. So then I brought the Night Terror back down in order to both provide inspiring and also then to adjust where I put the others. So the other tunnel runners then went in. I couldn't, because I'd put the Night Terror there, they wouldn't go straight on. So they charged the Ancients on Rhinosaurs, but I didn't want to just charge them face on because then they'd get flanked by the other primes the next turn. So by putting him there, that means that they have to take a front charge if they're going to charge me next turn. Okay. So then this weapon team moved over here, which allowed the shock troops to go into the flank of these primes. And then I moved the warlock and the other weapon team across, so hopefully I could get everything into the front of those primes. And as you'll see, I actually make a mistake because I thought I was without cover, but the unpainted weapon team, unfortunately there's cover from the shock troops, which means they will be hitting on 5s. So that was my movement for turn 3. Let's take a look at the rolls.
We're ready. So it's all kicking off. Right. So first of all, we're going to have 2 weapon teams into this unit of primes. So we've got 20 on 4s and 4s.
Anything under cover?
No. I measured, so that's in the front and ignores him. Yeah, should be fine.
It doesn't ignore your horde.
Bollocks. Yep, so they're 5s. I meant to measure it and I forgot, if I'm honest. I forgot. So let's do 10s then. 10 each. 10 on 4s, 10 on 5s, and then an Alchemist Curse. So, 10 on 4s. 1, 2, oh, let's take out them. That's good. And on 4s. 2. Next one on 5s. 3. And 4s. 1. Just dropped a dice. And then Alchemist Curse on 4s and 1 to 4s. Terrible. Well, not that bad. Average actually. 5. And 1 to 4. All of them. 5. Go up to 8 wounds. That's not good enough. Oh well. So this guy will turn and Bane Chant them. Or will we Bane Chant them? Yeah, we'll Bane Chant the Tunnel Runners. Here we go. Success. Any more shooting? No. So nerve on these is
40.
It's here, sorry.
16, 18.
So normally a 14, 16, so they're a 16, 18.
Because of him.
Yeah. So I need a 10 to kill. Got it?
Reroll, please.
8, so they're wavered.
Yep, 16.
Wavered. You got wavered? There you go. Wavered, perfect. That's better.
Cool.
Than... Okay, fine, good. So these Tunnel Runners are on these Ancients. What do we want to do first? Who's the inspiring ones? These ones, aren't they? He's inspiring, they're inspiring.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. Okay, so these guys into your Ancients on Rhinosaurs, defense 5, dash 18. So they're 24 attacks on 4s and 3s. Here we go. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, 3s. 2, 4, 6 wounds. And they're a dash 18. Double 12 twice.
Dash 20.
So fuck it. Right. So we bounce. Now we measured this quite nicely so that I'm in the front of both at the very least. So they will die, but they might not die quite as much. Okay, these guys. So 24 into the Tyrants. 24 on 4s and 2s because of the extra Bane. Yep. That's about the same. And 2s. I already miss Elite and Vicious, just saying. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 wounds. Tyrants are currently 17, 20.
Yes.
Okay. Oh. Woo! They appear to be fine. So we'll bounce 1 inch, 1 inch, like that. Yeah? Well, you can decide what you want to kill. Something dies. And then shock troops in the flank of primes is 50 dice. This is 30. 3s because of sharpness. 3s and then crush 1. 3s and 4s. Yeah?
Yep.
So this is 30. With elite. Yay, elite! Woo! Over enthusiastic. Yeah. Okay. So how many is that? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 20 hits. And then another, 20. So I can roll that 20 for the next set for 50, yeah?
Yeah.
So 3s with elite. That's terrible.
It's elite for you.
What do you mean? Elite's brilliant. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So 34.
Mm-hmm.
That's all of these plus another 4. On 4s with vicious. Was that your stomach?
What?
Was that your stomach rumbling? Right. Okay, 4s. And another
Just an
4.
earthquake.
Another 4. Okay. So, oh, that was a 4 or a 5, whatever it was.
Cheating again, you see.
I am. I like to win. Okay. Was that a 5 or just moved on? No. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16.
16, so nerve double 1, please.
Twice?
Please.
That's a
Keep the 1, keep the 1.
There you go. So they're gone. Thank
Cool.
God for that.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Right, so they will then turn. Oh, hang on. So like that. Let's do it with the base. Basically, we can end up. If I turn like that and bounce there. Yeah? Or like
Yeah.
that there. So that I'm in front. They're waving anyway. They're in the front. There's nothing over there. Okay. Take this one. Okay, so that's a hindered charge into my front. Why doesn't that fit anymore? Oh, because it's the other way around. Alright. Okay. And here, oh jeez, there's so many dice. Right. So 30 from the front on 4s and 5s. Okay, and 5s. Is that an earthquake? 2, 4, 6 wounds. Takes them up to 12. And then 26 in the side from the demon on 3s and 2s. Woo!
Good shot.
Nice.
Better shot than your Skaven.
Hey!
Sorry, Ratkin.
That's nonsense. This is very bad. If they don't die, this is exceptionally poor.
I don't think it really matters at this stage.
Okay, and 2s. Two, 4, 6, 8, 9. So there's our 1s.
Yep.
Once. They're gone. Good.
Okay.
So we'll reform them off the video and you can look later because I can't bother to walk around the table. And that is the end of my turn 3. You okay?
All right, so I didn't take a picture after Simon's movement, so sorry about that. But this is the end of my previous turn's movement. This is after his turn 3. So the tyrants at the top are dead and the primes in the middle are dead, but there wasn't a lot of movement, so it's not that exciting. So on the bottom left, the left-hand side, those primes just moved into my half, and they pretty much don't do anything else for the rest of the game. So the Lechilodon at the top moved up a little bit. These ancients moved up. They weren't within charge range, but they moved up enough. And then the Lechilodon had a flank on my demon spawn, which I didn't think about because I forgot that they can actually hit as well as shoot. So that Lechilodon went into the flank of my demon after he'd reformed. And then in even bigger error, the way I'd rotated the Blight, I forgot to check the charge distance of the Ancients on the other side, and they were within 10. So he took a flank from the Ancients into my Blight. And then, so the primes in the middle are gone. The primes in front of my standard barrier wavered, so they don't do anything. And then on the right-hand side, the Ancients go back into Tunnel Runners, and then these primes and Ancients on Rhinosaurs both went into my other Tunnel Runners. That was all the movement. So we've got pictures for the rest of the battle, but that's what happened then. So let's take a look at it.
All right, so turn 3 for the forces of lizardy scum. There's no shooting because there's so much combat, because I suck. What do you do first?
We'll do a little Lechilodon against big guy.
It's just a bully. It's just minding his own business, flying
I'm
around.
the bully. Right, sure, okay. 5s to hit.
Oh, too many. Did you crush 1?
Yes.
So 4s. That's the 3. So I'm up to 8.
8.
17, 19. Fine. Fine, but I can't fly, which is exactly what you needed.
Yeah.
I'm going to put an extra 3 there. Damn.
Ancients next.
Ah! 24.
Yeah.
Hindered, so 5s.
4s.
4s. Are they 3s normally?
Yeah.
That's what I call enough. 2s.
And vicious.
Are they vicious?
Yep.
Holy And that's everything.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
So they are up to 8 and 14. 22. Oh, they're a double one. I think they're a dash 23. So 14 and 8.
22.
Right, so double ones twice. 8. Yeah. Bollocks. Oh no! Demon Saint looking very alone. Lonely.
All by myself, I wanna be. Okay.
No, came out of the abyss for this. Alright, so what we got now?
Tyrants.
Tyrants on unrusted tunnel runners.
Revenge against your wheels.
Okay. $18 on 3s or 4s?
4s and crushing 2.
So 4s and 3s.
4s and 3s.
Not enough. Oh!
And vicious.
Oh! That's 4 so far. 7.
7.
Okay. Never up. They are 16, 18 at the moment. They're fine. 8 and 7. What's that? 15.
15.
Wavered. Not fine, wavered. They've got Fury, of course.
I know. It's still good to wave them.
Wavered. That's their 7 damage. Okay, so bouncing. You can't bounce, so I bounce back against my thing. As best we can. Whoop, there we go. Oh! Everything's collapsed. Stupid pretty hills, we know where they are. Go back against there. Okay,
Okay.
primes.
Primes.
Fours and fives. Fours and fours?
Fours and fours.
Three. Into these ones. Nice. Three. And now the bad boys. Ancients on Rhinosaurs. How many got?
18 on threes.
What have they got crushing in that? Have they got crushing?
Crushing 2.
So threes again.
Yeah. No vicious, sadly.
Oh. What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So up to 15.
And brutal. So 16 effectively.
So double ones twice. Unacceptable. That's the best looking unit on the field.
Not anymore.
Just a mess of wheels. Well, that was not great. This is taking stock of the battlefield now. We've got a unit over here, a unit here, a unit here, a unit here. 1, 2, 4. I got 1, 2, 3 units left, and then all this nonsense. Oh, poo.
They're going to have to stay where they are.
Okay.
Because they're not going to be able to reform much. They're going to turn.
All right. Ah, it's all falling apart. I was really hopeful they would stand up to it. Is it everything? That is the end of turn 3, so we're on to turn 4. All right then.
Okay, so I've got some choices. So on the left, the demon is pretty screwed. And I have the choice of either trying to do some damage before I die, or legging it, essentially, hoping he can survive a round of fire, and then getting down back into the battle on the right hand side. So I popped him down, so he's out of the charge arc of the ancients on the right, and out of charge distance of the ancients on the left. Both Lachylodons can still shoot him. So that was a calculated risk I took. We'll see how it pans out. He's already got 8 damage on him, but he's is it 16, 18? Something like that. 16, 18, yeah. So then the shock troops went into the flank of these primes to finish them off. And this weapon team came over to try and shoot off, or try to put some damage on some of those ancients that are there. They will be in cover. And the reason I did that is because I couldn't get that particular weapon team over to the right to shoot off some of the stuff I've got over there. So both that weapon team and the warlock came over to try and get rid of the, I think either the primes, I can't remember what I shot at, we'll find out shortly, on the right hand side. So having Fury, the Tunnel Runners can go back into the Tyrants. And then finally, the Tunnel Runner, I just put him up, Tunnel Runner, what's he called? Night Terror. I put him up here because basically if I finish off those Tyrants, I don't want the Ancients on Rhinosaurs to charge me. I can probably take a charge from some Primes, but I definitely can't take a charge from the Ancients on Rhinosaurs. So that's what we've done. It's a block that I've thrown him in the path to sacrifice him for that. And that was my turn 4.
Recording.
All right, let's try and salvage this mess. So, weapon team on primes. So 10 on 4 and 3. 4 and 4, rather, sorry. Average. And 4. 1. 1 wound, that's going to get him. Alchemist Curse on 5s. And then 1 to 4. 4, that's pretty good.
Not bad.
And then 1 to 4. 2. So 3 wounds, which is not good enough. We'll Bane Chant. Bane Chant they're only on 12, that's the right point, isn't it?
What was she going to bench on?
Yeah, alright. Bane Chant them, I'll probably fail it. I didn't fail it. Well done. And this guy is going to shoot these guys in the forests. So 10 on 5s and 4s. So it's 4. let's do their nerve first. They're dash 18 though.
17.
So I can't do it anyway.
Yeah, dash 17.
Forget that. These guys.
16, 18.
Okay, so I can get level 12.
To him.
Nope.
Joy.
That's it. On to combat. So, let's do these guys on the side first. So it's another 50. Wait, hindered, so it's 4s. 50 on 4s and 4s.
So we're rolling 1s both times.
Yeah. So the first 30. It's cocked.
And yes, I am going to make you roll just for the fun of it.
I don't like that. We don't like that. That's 30. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And then another 20. Remember the number 16?
6, okay.
4s. Reroll in them 1s. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 and 16, 29. So 29 on 4s, re-rolling 1s. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 wounds. And they're already on 8. So, double 1, twice.
And again.
Yes.
Would be so funny.
It would be funny actually. That'd be brilliant.
Already shot.
What should we do with these bad boys? We will them. Well, they're going to die. We need some backup, I guess, for them. They're going to turn around.
I wouldn't squash your models.
Overrun. Oh, Jesus.
Up.
Okay, that's fine. 24 on with a Bane Chant, so 24 on 4s and 3s. Take off 6 of them. Apparently, it's politer to take out the fails. It engenders trust. Or something.
It's easier to see what you've got and not got from someone.
Freeze. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. They've already got 12. Double 1 twice. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
With a reroll.
Yeah. There you go.
Bye-bye.
One more turn. Stay. Oh no.
Bad rats. Naughty rats.
Naughty. Alright, that's actually the end of it, so I'll just sort this out afterwards. Cool.
Okay,
You're 4.
Okay, so Simon's turn 4. So down on the left hand side, these primes continue to move down because, well, nothing can touch them anyway, but there you go, that's where they are. And then the 2 Lichilodons didn't need to move because they can both see my demon and they're going to try and shoot him off. So I'm just really hoping that doesn't work. And then this unit of Ancients just moved down a little bit, so they can't charge because they're out of charge range, but they can certainly move into charge range for next turn if I don't shoot off, which I'm jolly well hoping to. And then this unit of Ancients just turned around to try and get down into my half because we're nearing the end of the game. Then the Clan Lord and the Primes charged into the front of my remaining Tunnel Runner, hoping to wipe him out. And the Ancients, having no choice because I gave them no choice, went into the Night Terror. So yeah, that was Simon's turn 4.
Lucky.
Yeah, here we go.
Lucky you don't big ratty.
You're doing 1 each. Ooh,
One.
1. That's what I like. None.
Failed.
I was really worried about this.
Other one, other lucky.
Yeah. 3. 2.
2.
So he's up to 10.
18.
Wavered.
Destroyed. 16, 18 nerve.
He's a 17, 19, is he? Oh.
16, 18.
I'd rather you did, because then you have to re-roll it. He's a 16, I'll re-roll it. 7. So now he's wavered. 17.
Yep.
Damn it. He's so dead. He's so dead. Bloody demon.
Little ratty. Good character he's got.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, combat.
Combat. We'll do that one first.
So we have Ancients on Rhinosaurs into a Night Terror. Just trying to eat some mushrooms, man. 18. 3s.
3s.
Are they crushed 2?
Crush 2, Thunderous 2.
Jesus. 2s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
He's something terrible. He is a 12, 14.
Dead.
4. Again.
Dead.
Right, so accidentally saw the video there. Night Terror just got absolutely obliterated by Ancients and Rhinosaurs.
And reform. I have to assume they're dead. Okay, that one.
Okay, so we've got your Warlord and you've got Primes into quite wounded thing.
So primes first.
Oof, on 4s, is it?
4s.
Okay, well. 2,
2.
so up to 9.
Now the Clan Lord. 5. 3 hit. Crushing 2, Thunderous 2, so 2s.
3. So they're up to 12 wounds, and they are a... Oh, no, normally they're a 14, 16. They've got Rally 1.
That's it.
Rally 1, so 15, 17. 12 and 5, 17, so again. Yeah. Yes!
There we go.
A double 1! The first double 1 of the battle.
Probably the only.
So this is going to be an interesting one. Okay, cool. So that's the end of the turn. So we've got some Ancients and Rhinosaurs over there that are quite protected at the moment. You've got some Primes that are going to die. We've got my Shock Troops here, which are facing the wrong way. We've got 2 regiments of dudes here about to kill my demon.
I'm also going to need
2 Lechelodons, and these guys are sitting pretty over here. Alright, turn 5.
So turn 5. I need to stop him getting stuff into my half because he's already got 2 unit strength in my half. I've only got, let's see, I've got the demon who's going to die. I've got a horde of tunnel runners who have spectacularly managed to not die, and a horde of shock troops. That's my scoring units left. So the demon's out. Tunnel runners looking a bit shaky, frankly. So I've only got my horde, which is 3 points. So 3 to 2 is good. If I can keep everything else on his half, then I win. So the demon, because he's wavered, he's not nimble, basically all he can do is reverse. So I reversed him right up to stop that unit basically, within an inch. They can't get past me, so they're going to have to charge me, which is going to delay them for a turn. And that will hopefully keep them out of my half by turn 6. Then this fella's moved up a bit, so shoot at the other unit, and then also I want him in a place where he can sit in front of them next turn. So he's out of 10, but next turn I'm going to stick him in front of them as well. And then on the right hand side, so the tunnel runners went into the primes. I need to kill them. I couldn't maneuver the double charge to get them and the shock troops in. So I sent the shock troops. So by attacking the tunnel runners into the primes, which would hopefully kill them, that left just a fraction of the warlord's base out, which meant that by moving the standard bearer over here, the shock troops can then go into the warlord. because he's annoying and I don't want him to get in the way of things. And then my last hope is that the remaining weapon team and the warlock come over here and shoot off the ancients and rhinosaurs. And even if they don't shoot them off, I've put the war machine in such a place that if I back up after attacking things, hopefully they won't be able to charge my units. So that's where I'm at, and that was my turn 5. Getting tense.
Go. Alright, so last ditch manoeuvres, turn 5. We are going to shoot the ancient rhinosaurs with this weapon team. So we have 10 on 4 and 4. Let's do roll here. Oh man.
Good.
That is not what I wanted. No, nothing. Okay.
Good boy.
Alchemist Curse. So it's 5s because of the line of sight. I mean, of the cover. 5s and then 1 to 4s. 1. 1. 7 wounds. Now at least I did a point of damage.
That's not enough.
We will Bane Chant Shock Troops. Good man.
Yeah, your shooting's now got piercing.
Yeah, exactly. I've sacrificed the demon because, yeah, screw him. Oh, and then we're going to shoot these guys on 5s. 5s and 4s. What the hell? 2. 2. Up to 4. Well, that was terrible. Okay, nerve then. So nerve on them, do I 12, 6?
Dash 17.
Nope, so no. And nerve on these guys.
Dash 20.
7. Nope, can't do it.
Because of him.
Is he even 6?
Yes, just.
Balls! Alright then, so combat. So let's do shock troops into Warlord. 25 on 3 and 3. Yeah?
Yeah.
Elite! Okay, 2's away. That's good. And 3's. Vicious! I think that's what we call enough, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17.
Okay, double 1.
Twice.
And again.
Goodbye rallying! So we'll turn them like that. Out of range there, let's go. Okay, and then these guys into this dudes. So 24. 24? I hope this is 20. I'm just going to count them. You know what? It is right. I am better than I thought I was. It's fine.
Okay. You find out you've had more dice on this day.
Yeah. So 24 on 4s and 4s. I should have. Why did I not Bane Chant them?
Because you wanted to Bane Chant them.
But why did I want to Bane Chant them? That's ridiculous. Anyway.
Because they may not have killed my Warlord.
Yeah.
I've only got a point of crush and he was defense 5.
Alright.
I think guaranteeing the inspiring was better than killing.
Yeah.
So 4s.
2, 4, 6, 8.
8. So that's 6.
So up to 11.
8.
Senev.
14, 16.
That's 15.
11, 15. Wavered.
Which is actually better. Have they got Fury?
Nope.
Amazing. So we will bounce and fall off the hill. That's it. That's the end of my turn 5. You're 5.
Right then, so with that turn done, the Lechilodon moves down because, of course, the Lechilodon also has unit strength, and I had forgotten about that. They're monsters, they're not war machines. So he's coming down, and he obviously wants to move into my half in turn 6 if he can. The Ancients, it was actually a flank on my Demon Swarm, and I'm not sure is bad or good. If you went to the back, I guess it makes them closer, so it's a cock up on my part. But you know, to get it into to be a rear, a flank is better than rear because I only had a rear or a flank. Okay, rear is fine. Flank is fine. Well, rear, yeah. Anyway, whatever. It's not important. Then there's a Lycilodon there behind, which has moved up, and these ancients moved up as far as they could, since I failed to shoot them. I'm still going to block them off next turn. And then, obviously on the right, these primes can't do anything because they're wavered, but the ancients took the only attack that's available to them, which is into my war machine. So yeah, that was turn 5 for the Salamanders.
Your turn 5.
Lycilodon is going to shoot them on the hill.
Okay. Cover or no cover?
No, because I'm in the trees, you're height
Height 5.
they're height 1. So 4s, because I moved.
Alright. 4s. Piercing on you?
Yep. So 4s. 1.
Dangerously close now.
Nerve test.
9 again. Fuck. Bollocks.
Woo!
Oh, look, the Sanderberry's given up.
That's what the Lycilodons are for.
They're really annoying me. I should have
That
killed them when I
is.
had the chance.
What's annoying is you could have killed that Lucky.
Yeah, I could have done.
Him.
Chose not to.
But
It's a mistake.
hindsight.
And now he's going to pay the ultimate price.
Combat. We'll do hand-to-hand combat here,
Triples.
because it's a war machine.
So that's 18, 36, 54 dice. Just roll until you've got 10 wounds, and then we'll double on it. 3s.
And 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's only a... What is it? It's an 8, 10, so double 1.
Okay.
Twice. Is it twice?
Yep.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yep.
Not an individual, is it?
Nah. I can't see how to win this now. Now I've only got 1 unit on the side of the board.
Turn.
My 1 unit with unit strength. Alright, combat here.
Yep.
So flanked. So is that 24?
Yep.
24 on... It was hindered over the fence, wasn't it? So
No, he didn't. They didn't need to go over the fence.
Okay.
They were there behind the fence
Okay.
when they charged.
yeah, so 3s.
So yep, 3s and 4s.
Okay.
Vicious. That was pretty poor actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So he's up to 17. It's 2 double 1s.
Nope. Nope.
Goodbye, demon. His first battle. Died. Oh, what am I going to do here? Nonsense. Nonsense, can't win, can't win. That's it?
Yep. Your turn 6.
Ugh. Well, okay, so I can kill 1 there, and I have 3 unit strength. You're unlikely to kill it. I can block them off with him. They might die if I shoot them enough. If I get a really lucky alchemist curse
You
in.
have to be exceptionally lucky given everything else is dead.
Yeah, alright. There's already got 2 unit strength there. They are probably going to make it over the line. So 2, 4. I can't do anything about 4. And I've only got 3. So
They could bolt it over the line.
they're over the line, I think, already.
But I mean, they could charge over the line to stay alive. And they could try and kill.
What's the standard bearer going to do? I've got
Block
1
off.
guy.
Block off. Block them. I wouldn't have sacrificed the fire team, I'd have done him.
Yeah, sensible. Anyway, right, to my turn 6, right?
Disaster. So my whole game plan now is to try and just stop things getting over the line. I can't do anything about the left hand side Just I hope they can't get far enough. This weapon team, as planned, moved up to block these ancients off. So that's, I can almost certainly stop them getting over. And then the shock troops went into these primes, so that's just to kind of wipe them out and then be off the hill so I can't be charged by the ancients and rhinosaurs. And then the standard bearer moves over here to stop them getting past me that way. And the warlock moves over here to try and kill them. That's my plan. Kill the ancients and rhinosaurs, or if they're not dead, stop them getting over the hill, getting over the line. And then just pray on the left, and then pray there's no turn 7. That's basically my whole strategy right now. Let's see how it goes.
Not a lot left to do. Okay, weapon team into these guys. 10 on 5 and 4. Three. 2. Alchemist curse these guys. So 10 on 4 and 1 on 4. Dude! 2. And I guess we'll enchant the shock troops. We don't really need to. I failed anyway. Alright, so nerve on these is a dash 20. No, dash
It's 18.
Dash 18. They're on 11. That's them gone.
Yep, amazingly.
I mean, amazingly. Guaranteed.
Expected them to do better.
That nerve on these guys. Ah, the one.
Where was that? So unfair.
Oh, it's completely unfair. And we're just gonna. We've already got 11 wounds. They're taking 50.
Yeah, just double one.
Yeah. Here we go. And they did.
Bye bye.
So we have successfully obliterated this entire side of the board. It looks really good, right? Like, oh, that's really great. Except over here we have 2 unit strength. This is turn 6. Don't forget. These guys, I think we said they can just get in. So if they go 10
I think the
forward,
Lecky might as well.
if you go 12.
Yeah, moving 6.
So that's their rear we're looking at there.
But we'll check that in a
Oh,
minute.
I think fractionally, but the Lecodon can go 12. And he will get in. So he will have 3 unit strength. I got 3 unit strength. If that Lecodon can get in, you're alright.
You might be able to now.
It might be a draw. No, turn 7, of course. Alright then, so your turn 6.
Okay, so we measure out, and the ancients can't quite fractionally, maybe like a roller, right on the border, can't get over. So instead of putting the ancients over, he sticks the Lechelodon over, giving him definitely 3 unit strength, and puts the ancients up. So basically, and then the other ancients go into the war machine, of course, they can't get over. So what this means is, it's a draw, unless there's a turn 7. So, very tense. Let's see what happens.
Turn 6 for the evil, wicked, terrible Salamanders. So we've got that. That's it.
Lecky's going to shoot at them.
Yep.
Just because, what else to do? 4 hits.
4 hits. 3 wounds.
3. Nerve test.
Yeah.
Fine. Combat.
Triple attacks. 36. How many is that?
Just 12 to start with. I might not need many more. 4s. Okay, so I will, it seems. Defense.
4.
4, so 3s.
That's 3.
4. And then both of the next lot, so 4s.
Wow.
And 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, it's an 8, 10. Nope. This wall's been unpainted.
They're going to overrun.
6! Okay. So we got 2 unit strength, 3 unit strength. And these guys are not in. 3 versus 3. It's a draw at the end of turn 6. Gonna roll for turn 7? Or does mine go first? You still go first. No, that's it. That's the end of the game.
You started, yeah. So, yeah, end.
Roll.
So, 4 plus. Yay!
Oh, God. Alright then, here we go.
Thank you, Northern Kings. Thank you.
Sod off, Northern Kings. Alright, so we did get a turn 7 as you saw, but we've done some measurement. And if my horde do come in here, even if I reform, I can't get out of 24. So there's no point. I might as well just save myself the victory points. So next turn, Simon's going to march these guys like that. I mean, I could lightning bolt them and hope to get a lucky whatever, but can't be bothered. These guys are going to march. So it ends up 2, 4, 6, 7, 3. 7-3 to you. Yeah, woo indeed. Cool. That's the end. Congratulations.
Thank you.
7-3 to you. I was just saying, I think a couple of silly mistakes, like leaving the blight in the flank range there of your unit, and you got like the other double one, which let me last a little bit longer. But apart from that, it's a good victory. Good game. Thanks very much.
Cheers. Thank you.
We'll see you next time. Oh, I forgot to do dramatic pose. Dramatic pose.
And that's the end. So, really good game. Simon's a great opponent. Shout out to the Celestial Forge. Check them out on Facebook. Search for the Celestial Forge for letting us play at their gaff. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. First outing for my rats. Gonna have them finished soon, I promise. Yeah, it was good times. Not a lot else to say, really. Feel free to point out the mistakes I made. I'm talking to you, Grant Alexander. And we'll see you next time on Death by Dragons. Thanks for watching.